outlets in Calcutta. So yeah, that is all about the QSR vertical. And we have FMCG vertical as well, where we got multiple products like snacks items and bakery items, which we sell in the range of 5 to 10 rupees. Also, we have got our own Chaigram ghee and premix teas, where we have got more than 25 varieties of tea. So that is all about Chaigram, like the QSR and the FMCG part. Currently, the revenue mix would be 70% of our revenue is coming from QSR and 30% of our revenue is coming from FMCG. So now coming on the numbers part, like when we started this company during COVID, as I said that we have lost 1.5 years because of all the shutdown related things. So we launched.
নমস্কার, আমি পবিশা চট্টোপাধ্যায়, আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত পবিশাস জ্ঞানে। পবিশাস জ্ঞানে আমি বাঙালি ইউথদেরকে এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপ আর বিজনেস রিলেটেড মোটিভেশন দিয়ে থাকি। আজকে আমরা এসে গেছি বীর বেঙ্গল এন্টারপ্রেনিয়র্স ইকোসিস্টেমের ডিসেম্বর মিটে। সেই ডিসেম্বর মিট আজকে কোথায় হচ্ছে? আরওসিতে আপনি মলারা জানেন আমরা প্রত্যেক মাসের বীর ইভেন্ট কভার করে থাকি, তো আমরা ভিতরে যাব। তবে আপনাদেরকে আরেকটু একটা ভালো অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট করে দিই যে এরপর থেকে আমার ভিডিওজ আপনারা হিন্দি অ্যান্ড ইংলিশেও পেতে পারবেন। তাহলে আমরা একটু ভিতরে যাই এবং ভিতরে গিয়ে দেখি ভিতরে কি কি হচ্ছে।
Do you? Yes. So Ayush, you have 10 minutes pitch Chaigram.
Okay, so I'm sure that you guys already know this, but let me start with the team introduction. So basically, Anirvanda, who is yet to come, so he take care of the day-to-day operation of Chaigram. So basically, he is the captain of our ship. And then we have Sayantanda. Sayantanda is the tech guy. So all the tech related things which we do in Chaigram, he's the mastermind behind it. And obviously Arun Bhaiya, he's our go-to guy for all the strategy sort of things. And myself, Ayush, I take care of the finance and investor relation part. So that was all about our team. So basically, we were 5-6 people when we started this company during COVID, and today we started working on this idea of premix tea. So today we have more than, and we have very few starters in India which has got more than 25 varieties of tea. Tandoori tea, chocolate, strawberry, cardamom are some of our top selling products right now. And so basically Chaigram, like we started this company during COVID, but like we all know everything was shut down, right? So officially we launched our first outlet during September 2021. So it's been almost 3 years since we started aggressively expanding and started opening stores. So I'll brief you about the business model of Chaigram. Today in Chaigram we have got two verticals. One is the QSR and second is the FMCG. In QSR, we have got multiple brands like the 99 Thali shop, which is just beside this outlet, where we sell meals at 99 rupees. We got Calcutta street food, we got the Bengal biryani, and like this property itself, the Republic of Calcutta, is owned by Chaigram. So today we have got 30 outlets in Calcutta. So yeah, that is all about the QSR vertical. And we have FMCG vertical as well, where we got multiple products like snacks items and bakery items, which we sell in the range of 5 to 10 rupees. Also, we have got our own Chaigram ghee and premix teas, where we have got more than 25 varieties of tea. So that is all about Chaigram, like the QSR and the FMCG part. Currently, the revenue mix would be 70% of our revenue is coming from QSR and 30% of our revenue is coming from FMCG. So now coming on the numbers part, like when we started this company during COVID, as I said that we have lost 1.5 years because of all the shutdown related things. So we launched our first outlet in September 2021, And in the first year, we have done a revenue of 70 lakhs. And the second year, we have done a revenue of 5.5 crore. And in the third year, we have done a revenue of 14 crore. And currently, our run rate is 30 crore. In the next month, we are about to cross 30 crore run rate. So, from 0 to 30 in just 3 years, this is how we have grown over the years. And so coming on the future plans. So for the next 2 years, we have 3 plans to execute. One, we are planning to open 100 outlets in the next 2 years. Second, we are planning to cross 100 crore revenue in the next 2 years. Third, we are planning to come up with our IPO in the next 2 years. So most probably, I think we will be the first startup from B community to come up with our own IPO, and then obviously there are multiple other startups like Rare Planet, Gappu, Drivers for Me, and that is all about Chaigram. And if you guys have any question, please let me know. We have the entire team here, by the way.
Questions?
Yes, local mama.
Local mama, you should say that you are not local. You have come from.
लोकल मामा मामी के पास ही बैठ के
So you have 30 stores, right? And you don't. How do you track the sales and everything? So I think at my home, beside there is a Chaigram store. So I used to daily eat the things. How you guys will track the entire sales?
Sorry, I didn't got it. How we guys?
Track the sales.
Okay. So we have a POS machine integrated, so that will help us in tracking all the sales, and we generate that invoice also, right?
Okay. So today the biryani is 75. I just paid.
Starts on 75.
Yeah, I just paid 70. Without bill, I got the biryani. So how you track this solution?
Obviously what you are saying that will happen and that is happening, but that is the challenges which we face in QSR industry, right? Yeah, Sandan.
So does this ever happen to anybody, like someone goes to a KFC and doesn't pay a bill and get the things and comes out? Does it ever happen anywhere? So we do the same thing actually. So every store is under CCTV surveillance, and we have put up small standees asking people to get the bills. If somebody doesn't get the bill comes free.
Yeah. Thank you.
Means you are lost for 70 rupees.
I'm very curious to know about the unit economics, since the biryani starts at 75 rupees and with a revenue of 40 CR. How does the numbers work?
See, I'm the numbers guy. I love numbers. I love return on capital employed, and I love return on net worth. So, see, Pachu, it's basically as you scale, you get the bargaining power, you get the advantage of economics of scale. So with 30 stores at disposal, we would be making a gross margin of around 35 to 40% at 75 bucks. As we scale more, our unit economics is only going to improve. Having said that, our model is basically, we basically deal in negative working capital, right? Where you being our customer, you pay us in front, we track our inventory, we keep 8 to 10 days for our inventory, and we pay our payables over a period of 80 to 90 days. So that 80 to 90 days ka float, right? We rotate, we make an incremental ROC, which is very, very conducive, and that allows us to open more stores seamlessly. Any more questions? Love numbers.
Hello, congratulations to Chaigram on the phenomenal growth.
Thank you.
So my question is, along with the growth, there are challenges the company faces. So what are the top 3 challenges that Chaigram has faced or any other food startups face during expansion?
the biggest challenge in Calcutta, if you are offline based, to do business itself is a challenge, right? Because I'm not talking about things which people are well aware of, but when you open 29, 30 stores, you wouldn't have any idea what to go through on a daily basis, right? So that has been one of our biggest challenges. Another thing could be the inflation figure, right? When we opened our first 99 thali, it was to strike a balance. It was more on a psychological basis that if you approach our store, you would get something at 99. So imagine you being a customer, you turn up to an Avni mall, which is AC centric, you get your meals at 99, and we would be undercutting our competitors by 50-60%. But having said that, 99 is the barrier also on the negative side, right? Because to adjust inflation, and we have got the core inflation at 10%. So what's worth 99 today would be worth 108 tomorrow. But we can't raise such prices. So I mean, we can mitigate that by scaling up. Any more questions? There are a lot of suppliers, and I welcome anyone here who can supply us. Because just to cite a metric, we have got poultry requirement of around say 6,000 eggs on a monthly basis, 14,000 kilos of chicken. So if anyone can match or undercut Zomato or our suppliers, I'm ready to help him with the order.
I had a question.
Sure.
So, like regarding the pricing,
Sure.
right? So you have put rupees 99 on your brand,
Right.
99 rupees thali, right? Don't you think like over time as prices and costs increase, that would be a problem?
See, Kohinoor, I also have got a beverage business, right? And we have kept our prices at $10 for the last 6 years. So what happens is, you can just keep few products at 99 and you can add up on others. If you make losses on 99, you can have other SKUs where you can, make much more, which would mitigate the losses. So that's the play here.
And one more question.
Sure.
So, like I maybe I heard it wrong, but you were serving biryani as well in one of your outlets.
In most of our outlets, we serve biryani. Sure.
So, like, this is not at all, I'm trying to make this as least controversial as possible.
Sure.
And I will understand the biryani business, right? So that hence I'm asking. Like, what would be the difference between a 75 or 99 rupees biryani, 150 rupees biryani, and let's say a 400 rupees in terms of quantity and quality?
It's basically on the meat, right?
Okay.
I mean, keeping aside the meat factor, there's hardly much difference, to be pretty honest. Or maybe someone would use a mitigate rice, 35 rupees kilo. You would be using something at 150 rupees kilo. Other than that, there's hardly any difference.
Any difference in the time to bring out the biryani?
Not much. If you are working on scale,
Yes.
the problem occurs when you are going to open your first store or your fifth store. But at 30 stores, we are, pretty well safeguarded.
Okay.
Thank you. Any more?
I have a doubt on the FMCG part of
Okay.
items. So, a couple of pointers I want to
Sure.
ask. Number one, what are your margins on the FMCG products? Number two, I think because you have a lot of stores in QSR chains, B2B2C is an ideal situation that is happening. But do you plan to take it directly to the consumer, make it a brand with your products?
See, we sell commodity,
Okay.
and our margins blended would be around 20 to 25%. And see, I am least interested about the India business. India is 2%, Bharat is 98%, right? And we have got a huge population of 140 crores. Our beverage business is doing 120 crores already in the last 6 years, right? So that gives me the confidence that there are so many funnels and pockets, right? There are hundreds of companies which have made their business a lifestyle, and they are at status quo for the last 50, 80, 100 years. We plan to topple them by giving more margins to the retailers, the last mile channel ones. And if you have got a good relationship going along with your retailers, you will do good. So our plan is to push commodities and make margins. Yeah, sure.
Hi.
Your voice is louder than family bolo.
Yeah, so the first time we saw Chaigram was in a store near Boulevard. There is a small Chinese company.
Mhm.
There they have all Chaigram premix boxes.
Right.
Talked to Ayush about that also, he loved it.
Uh-huh.
So don't you think the brand relatability with Chaigram premixes with the name Chaigram, it will, obviously your USR model is obviously doing well, but the premix part can also scale up to another level with the name relatability and the B2B and the B2C span that you can cover with that. So, why aren't you completely exploding there, not putting all your forces there, just going into the QSR?
Got it, yeah. So, see, Shubha, there's no market for it. And or rather, we don't plan to create a segment. That is the hardest part, right? I mean, premix tea is doing well, we have got a distribution model, that's it. Chaigram basically is an entrance, right? You enter a Chaigram store, you would be offered tea, and along with that, there will be 22 to 25 SKUs. And coming back to your questions, again, I would be harping on the same string since there is no segment, we have no plans. But having said that, provided some distributor or someone else from the foreign world comes to us, approaches for a big order, would be happy to oblige.
Just one follow-up.
Sure.
Why is there no segment? Is it because chai is sold at 10?
It's very expensive and tea is very conventional, right?
Whereas coffee is still
Right. See, it's very tough to change habits. Our ancestors are habituated in having that tea, which should take 10, 15, or 5, 10 minutes. So we can minimize the process to say 30 seconds to 1 minute. But since there is no segments, there is no market, and tea goers are pretty orthodox. They don't want to change. So we are fine with it. Any more questions? Sure.
Hi, so I just started my own kebab shop, okay?
Right.
And the first thing I looked at is how Chaigram it was operating and how it started in its first year, because Chaigram is honestly my inspiration. So I would love to know the difficulties which Chaigram had to face in the first year or in the first 6 months, so that we can learn from that.
See, again, store dalna itself is a challenge. Our first couple of stores were put to fire. There were 10, 12 guys, they came with swords, and we made them our vendors. So, you need to have the kalija and the jigra to fight here in Kolkata. If you are into digital marketing, if you are into other services things, you are good. You can limit yourselves to 4, 5 stores. But once you attain a status of having a 30 stores under your umbrella, you would be screwed. We get screwed daily. Still, we are fighting, and hopefully, along with time, probably we would come over these problems and people would make examples out of us. Yeah, why not? I'm a metrics guy again. Provided your metrics matches with us, we can do a merger.
Okay, good. That's a good one.
There's this, I'm from Ati, Assam.
Right.
And there's this brand called Nosera, I'm not sure if you've heard of it. They also sell premixes. And what they have done is, I'm not sure if you're doing the same thing. What they have done is they are supplying their machines as well as their premixes to all small pan shops or all small stores.
We are exactly doing this.
So I just wanted to ask, when you said there's no segment, what was that exactly for?
See, I mean by scale. There could be companies which may operate at 5, 10, 15, 20 crores. They do not represent sales to me at least. I want scalability. If I am doing a business, it should be meaningful and it should attain a scale of 100 crores or more. That gives me the motivation and to go full throttle to those segments, right? Else 10, 5, 20 crores, that wouldn't wake me up in the morning.
Understandable. I think Nosera, as far as my knowledge goes, they're doing about 70 to 80 crores in revenue in the Northeast region.
Wow.
So maybe that is one thing that you can look at.
Sure.
And another question is, do you have centralized kitchens or do you make everything fresh?
Everything goes, yeah. It's more on a store basis. If a store warrants a centralized kitchen, then it's there. Or else, like this ROC, right? This is owned by Chaigram. We have also got a kitchen alongside. So both goes, whichever warrants.
And my last question, have you raised any funding till now?
We have raised some fundings, thanks to our BE guys. Half of the guys would be my shareholders. The last round was at 5 or 6x sales. I guess I'm done. Sure.
Right now
I only put you to the group, right, Nishan?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, right now I'm having 2 outlets.
Sure.
And right now I'm facing a very issue for expansion is managing staff. So that is the most challenging part in this thing, hospitality, I guess. So how do you cater that problem? You are having 30 outlets. So how do you manage that?
I feel since we have got Anirban, the maestro of Chaigram, I would allow him to answer. Staff কিভাবে আমরা সামলাই? ওর দুটো স্টোর আছে স্টাফ প্রবলেম ফেস করছে।
How many stores you have?
Right now I have 2 stores and 1 central kitchen where we do the production.
So how many staffs are there?
12 right now.
12, right?
Yes.
So per store, how many staffs?
Actually, we have a total of 12 staff, and we send them like accordingly, like 3 to 4 staff per store.
So we started, Chaigram started with four people. Now we have around 350 staffs. And out of 350, almost we have around 170 staffs in QSR, right? So 170 staffs are there. So we have 170 staffs. And you are very much correct. वो आना जाना लगा रहता है. But you know what we do? We have a reserve bench. We always keep extra chefs or helpers in our sector, right? So we try to keep a reserve bench always ready for our future stores or this kind of activity. Like if we have around right now we have 29 stores, right? So we per stores we have around 6 to 7 guys. Apart from that, we have 10 to 12 people always ready for backup. That's what we are doing.
Okay. And sir, second question, like how do you manage the operation part? Like your production is done in a centralized kitchen, or you
We have a centralized kitchen. We are planning for another centralized kitchen, central kitchen, and we have, in fact, we have small kitchen kind of setup in every store. And basically, our highest selling products are biryani, then Chinese, and rolls and Mughlai. So what we have done, and snacks. So snacks and biryani and gravy have been centralized. So we are preparing this biryani gravy for all Indian items and snacks from our central kitchen and distributing to all our stores. Apart from that, rolls and basic Chinese we used to make from our own stores.
Thank you.
Yeah.
जैसे उसने पूछा कि like we have 2 stores,
right?
Manpower issue.
Yeah.
As you have said कि you have bench, मतलब जो bench पे आप stand पे रखते हो.
Right.
But for the 2 stores जिसका होता है, उसके लिए तो बहुत problem है ना, मतलब financially because under 5 stores.
सर ये अपना ये जो sector है ना, you can relate it with insurance sector. रोज का आना जाना लगा रहता है.
Yes sir, I know.
तो अगर 2 स्टोर भी है और 2 स्टोर में आपके पास उनके पास 12 पीपल है ना, तो एटलीस्ट सपोर्टिंग स्टाफ 2 या 3 रेडी रखना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से हमेशा, बिकॉज यू आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन शेफ्स, राइट?
Yes.
शेफ्स के ऊपर ये जो बिजनेस है ये शेफ्स के ऊपर डिपेंड है. पैरेलल टू दिस हम जो करते हैं इसमें क्या होता है, मैक्सिमम जगह ये होता है ना कि कोई स्पेशलाइज्ड है चाइनीज में, कोई बिरयानी में, कोई इंडियन में, कोई रोल मुगलाई में, राइट? हम ये कोशिश करते हैं कि सारे को ट्रेन करके ऑलराउंडर शेफ बनाने का. तो उसमें क्या होता है, अगर कोई छोड़ के, लेट्स सपोज कोई 2 चाइनीज का शेफ छोड़ के गया, तो मेरा जो इंडियन करता है ना वो भी चाइनीज एटलीस्ट कर सकते हैं. तो ये प्रोसेस बहुत जरूरी है QSR में कि यू नीड टू हैव ऑलराउंडर शेफ्स अक्रॉस योर स्टोर्स.
Thank you, everyone. Time's up. Just for the sake of we members, we don't require funding as on date. But before or prior to the IPO round, there could be a public round in the next 4-5 months. If you are interested, please approach Ayush. वो आपको बता देगा. Thank you.
আমার সমস্ত কন্টেন্টগুলো আপনার ভালো লেগে থাকে, এই ভিডিওটা আপনার ভালো লেগে থাকে, তাহলে অবশ্যই সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন, লাইক করবেন এবং যত সম্ভব আপনার লাইক মাইন্ডেড এন্টারপ্রেনিউরদের উড বি এন্টারপ্রেনিউরদেরকে সেট করবেন, যাতে ওরা মোটিভেশন পায় এবং নতুন ব্যবসা করার জন্য আবার স্টার্ট করে। তাহলে আমরা আজকের মতো আসি, নমস্কার।